We want to wish a safe and happy 4th of July to all our United States viewers out there. There's been some good winning for gold, silver, and precious metal bulls in the first half of this year, 2025. Both silver and gold have moved up over 25% in fiat dollar values in the first half of the year, and of course platinum bulls have been enjoying over 50% gains thus far in the year. Probably the most noteworthy bullion-related news items on this holiday shortened week are a few fold to follow. It appears both high net worth and average investors are beginning to plow additional investing capital into the silver sector. You likely recall, in late March of this year, 2025, we published a YouTube weekly bullion market update entitled 400 million silver bullion buyer goes public, new silver squeeze findings, in which we covered the story of high net worth investor David Bateman going public on Twitter X about his massive bullion buying spree to start the year. Well, he was back this week announcing on Twitter X that he has added to his bullion positioning with an additional 800,000 ounces of silver bullion, 7,000 ounces of platinum, and even adding 4,300 ounces of palladium bullion holdings. Game on, he exclaimed. One look at all the four major precious metal price charts throughout this full fiat currency era, and palladium surely seems the most depressed, compared to the rest of the three major precious metals rising at varied rates, the most this first half of the year. Over the last month, average normie silver investors have been piling into unsecured silver ETFs and ETPs the world over, in both the Western and Eastern world. And we're judging this from India's various 15 silver funds right here on this data. Combined, all the silver ETF and ETP inflows, they reportedly added over 43 million ounces in the last 4 weeks alone. That is over half of the world's monthly new line silver supply flowing to unsecured silver ETFs alone in June 2025. Now, adding fuel to the potential silver investment demand picture is not merely a potential price breakout in the works, both in spot terms, but also in relative terms versus gold. Recent bullish silver story coverage in both Western and Eastern mainstream financial news publications, such as the Financial Times, the Economic Times of India, and Wall Street Journal's Market Watch website. We're going to go and show you 3 bullish silver articles and actually read to you from 2 of them. First being the Economic Times of India, they had the following to say on silver's behalf this week. Millennials, institutions, and a changing investment narrative. Silver's affordability compared to gold, especially at a time when gold trades above 99,000 Indian rupees per 10 grams, is making it increasingly attractive to newer generations of investors. Analysts say millennials and Gen Z are driving a shift towards silver as both a tactical bet and a long-term play. Quote, silver remains more affordable than gold, while also offering broader exposure to the booming green and tech-driven industrial sectors. Chainwala said. Institutional interest is rising too, with ETF holdings up 2.2 million ounces in a single day last week. In a landmark development, Russia's plans to purchase $535 million worth of silver over the next 3 years marks the first known central bank entry into the silver market in recent history, signaling the metal's growing strategic importance. Quote, the biggest long-term issue now being realized is that so much silver has been consumed or destroyed, unlike gold, we will be struggling to meet global demands from this point on, unquote, Smoling added. And next we have the Wall Street Journal's Market Watch, which had perhaps the most bullish silver article entitled, quote, the silver supercycle, gold's partner could be the trade of the decade. This is how to play it. With shortages mounting and states re-legitimizing silver as money, this overlooked asset may be staging a comeback no one sees coming. Silver doesn't get headlines, it gets mugshots. It's gold's shifty cousin, the kind that disappears for a decade, then shows up unshaven with a smirk and a suitcase full of contraband. While gold enjoys polite applause at central bank banquets, silver hangs out in Florida with preppers, pirates, and guys who bury things in their backyard. But here's the twist. Silver's back in the game. The industrial world needs it, monetary rebels want it, and state governments are whispering about silver as, quote, money again. Silver's historical pattern, lag, then launch. Silver's like that underachieving kid from your high school who flunks algebra, skips prom, and then sells a startup to Google. Most of the time, silver just sits there, tarnished, pouting, and doing a convincing impression of a paperweight. But then something snaps, and it turns into a caffeinated ferret with a rocket strapped to its back. From 1974 to 1980, silver soared 1,363%, nearly doubling gold's 720% gain. Between 2001 and 2008, silver surged 414%, again outperforming gold's 292%. From 2006 to 2012, silver gained 321% compared with gold's 167%. Silver's outperformance typically follows a predictable pattern: quiet accumulation, skepticism, and then a breakout that catches markets by surprise. Fred Hickey, author of The High-Tech Strategist, puts it succinctly, quote, "Silver can become a wild animal once it breaks out." Today's setup for silver mirrors these historical patterns, perhaps on an even larger scale. Stick around. After this break, we will look at a few more interesting headlines and data points from this week as we enjoy our nation's birthday and look forward to the second half of this year and beyond. Hello, this is James Anderson on behalf of SD Bullion. Smash the like button if you enjoy these bullion market updates, and be sure to visit sdbullion.com/sweepstakes to enter our free 500-ounce silver coin giveaway.
What's better than an ounce of free silver? How about 500? Get ready for another monster-sized giveaway with the SD Bullion Monster Box Sweepstakes, featuring 500 of SD Bullion's very own Silver Tree of Life coins in a monster box. This highly detailed piece of silver is a beautiful addition to any collection, and it features a hidden inscription on one of the tree branches that changes every year. So don't miss out on this exciting silver giveaway from SD Bullion, because someone has to win it, and it might just be you. Click the link below for your chance to win.
The spot silver and gold markets finished up on the week, with the spot silver price closing just shy of $37 an ounce bid and the spot gold price finishing the week at $3,336 an ounce bid price. The spot gold silver ratio fell to 90 to end this week, and keep an eye out for a potential breakdown in that key ratio to come. The Trump administration's The One Big Beautiful Bill Act appears ready to be signed into law today. The U.S. Congressional Budget Office estimates it will add another $2.4 trillion to the nation's growing deficits in the decade to come. Meanwhile, former administration Doge associate Elon Musk continues banging his Twitter X feed, pointing out the U.S. is slowly but surely going bankrupt, with seemingly endless deficit spending ongoing. Billionaire investor Ray Dalio points out that neither of the two parties is planning on cutting spending and reducing deficits as we head towards tragedy and a future fiat dollar and debt crisis. On net, global central banks know this, and about 1/3 of them admit in polls they will be adding to their official gold bullion reserves in the coming 12 to 24 months. Silver industry body, the World Silver Survey, published data confirming this a fifth year in a row of large silver supply deficits in a world of increasing industrial silver demand. As many of us await the rising silver investment demand in full so we can begin a new era of legit silver price discovery to come, probably the most interesting data point that the World Silver Survey published this week was the fact that China's Shanghai Futures Exchange is now the world's largest silver futures exchange in terms of annual derivative ounces traded, rising over 50% from 2023 to 2024 alone. Perhaps it's not such a surprise that we saw reports this week that high net worth investors in Hong Kong have now increased their gold investment portfolio allocations from a mere 4% last year to now 11% gold allocations and growing. Take advantage of 90% U.S. constitutional silver coinage at spot sales this weekend at SD Bullion. A happy 4th of July to you all, and as always, to you out there, take great care of yourselves and those you love. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and share it with those you love. Subscribe to our channel and hit that alert button so you know when we publish new bullion market updates.